Now, your first alert weather forecast with Jayda Russell. 48's Umbrella a Week giveaway is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, your locally owned expert plumbers for over 34 years.
And Jayda, another beautiful weekend right here in the Tennessee Valley. We're late in November. Things, when do they start to change?
They're going to start to change around Monday afternoon. That's when we'll start to see some rain. But before you start canceling any plans you've got for Thanksgiving, it's going to be dry, but it's going to be a little dicey before we get there. So let's go ahead and walk through what we're expecting for tonight. Right now, temperatures in Decatur right around 60 degrees. Most of us will kind of hang around those low end 60s for the next 30 or so minutes, even into the next hour for a couple areas. But overnight tonight, expectations are kind of continuing to see some downfall into those 50s. It'll be a little cooler. If you were out last night, it's going to be a little cooler out tonight. A little more of a chill out in the air, and we've got some decent breeze, calm breeze every now and again, clear conditions. So for my folks that are trying to debrief before we get started on one of the first holiday weeks, go ahead and take some opportunity, sit out on the patio, deep breaths. We're going to get through it. I know some of our hostesses are kind of a little frazzled, but here's the expectation for your Monday. So I mentioned those afternoon showers, and I'll show you where those come into play for the forecast, but we will start to see our temperatures kind of stake out around those upper end 60s for most of the day ahead. We'll start in those low 50s, but by the time we get to about 10 a.m., we'll see a 63. Goes up to about 65, up to 69. Doesn't really break 70 here in Huntsville. There may be some areas that tap out to 70, but we start to see those rain chances kind of taper off our temperatures into those mid 60s. So here's what we're expecting for those rain chances. Now, I mentioned that most of those showers will be in the afternoon. We're not expecting anything strong for Monday, just some heavy downpour as we go into the afternoon. You'll notice a lot of the rain chance sticks around our Tennessee communities and then also our northwestern communities here in Alabama. So we'll continue to see that throughout most of the afternoon into the evening. And then this is around 10 o'clock where it becomes a little more widespread, going beyond I-65. And as we go through the rest of the night over into about 1:30 Tuesday, that's when we get the heaviest and most widespread of these showers, and we'll intensify those into storms overnight. This is around 4:30 a.m. So if you are an early riser, you head off to work a little earlier than most, please be careful on the roadways. It's going to be a little dicey throughout the day. We start to see some of these isolated, strong showers getting through our Tuesday. We're also in a marginal risk come Tuesday, very low end threat. And what makes that opportunity for that, so it's two cold fronts moving through. So we have one that moves through on Tuesday, this one that makes its way to Georgia. This is showing you Wednesday. We're starting to see that move through on our Wednesday for a second one, cooling us down as we get into the weekend. Though we'll see those temperatures get back into the 50s. I'll show you 10-day forecast in just a moment.